A very good evening, everyone, and welcome to this session where we will discuss about the power that you can get when we pursue ACCA qualification as an additional qualification, or in some cases, even the primary qualification. How many of you here are already pursuing ACCA? If you can, raise your hands, or you can type it out in the chat box. How many of you are already pursuing ACCA? Or is it that you are pursuing it for the first time, or you want to know more about ACCA and then get onto the path of getting the global qualification? Great. Okay, so I guess almost every one of you here have come on to figure out what is in it for us as the qualification. Right. Now, the other thing, what I would want to check with you is how many of you are pursuing undergraduation or BCom? Okay, only 4 of you. And how many of you are pursuing, or what is the level currently, if I may know? Like, are you in your 12th standard? Are you in your first year BCom, second year BCom, third year BCom? Or are you, pursuing, let's say, a professional qualification like CA? Okay, Yashwan says pursuing CA Inter. We got a couple of hand raises for CA Intermediate. Okay. And others, what's your current level of qualification, if you may want to share? And then, I think almost everyone has joined. We have around 30 of us now. Okay. And what would you like to know from this webinar about ACCA? What is that one thing you want to know about ACCA from this particular webinar? Okay, so Kaustubh is pursuing post-graduation MCom along with CA. So see, post-graduation MCom, pursuing CA, and still pursuing or wants to know about ACCA. Okay. Right. So I prepared a brief presentation, a few important things that I want to discuss with you, share with you, and subsequently, if there are any more questions, we'll definitely take those questions and address all your doubts. So let me just share the screen. Okay, so one thing all of us would know by now, but still for the sake of repetition, ACCA is the qualification which we know as Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, right? So, sorry. So, like we have, chartered accountants in India, we have two bodies in the UK. One is called the Institute of Chartered Accountants of England and Wales, that is ICAEW, and the other one is Association of Chartered Certified Accountants. Both these bodies have signing authorities in the United Kingdom. Right now, before I move on, I have a very important update to share with all of you. There is an update regarding the exemption criteria. Now, earlier, what used to happen is, if you are pursuing BCom from a university with which ACCA has an MOU with, you would get certain exemptions, right? Exemptions in few papers of level 1, that is the knowledge level, all papers of level 1, and then few papers of level 2, depending on which university has tied up or has an MOU with ACCA. Now, what they have done is, over 200 state and central universities, they have on their own, ACCA on their own, have considered them for exemption. Now, what is the meaning of consider them for exemption? If you are pursuing undergraduation from these specified universities, now, sir, where can we get the university list? You can check the university list on the ACCA website, or if you have, if you want to check them out, you can reach out to us post this webinar. We'll help you to understand whether that specific university is covered or not. Okay, so if you are pursuing BCom from any of those universities which are accredited by ACCA, then you get 5 paper exemption, up to 5 paper exemption, depending on the university, the qualification you are pursuing. Accordingly, you will get those exemptions, because sometimes what happens is, some universities might be offering you BBA, BCom, BA, right? Multiple programs. So depending on the programs you have, you will get exemption, and that can be checked online on the ACCA website. Or if you have a doubt, you can reach out to us. We will help you understand that. Now, this is a very important update, because earlier it was restricted to certain specified universities which had an MOU with ACCA. Only those universities could have, or only those universities would make you entitled for this exemption. Now, by default, what they have done is, they have taken up some 200 plus universities. You can check it and see if your university falls in that and whether you will be entitled to exemptions or not, right? So that is one important update. Now moving on to our regular thing. How many of you want to work in one of these companies or companies like this? If you can raise your hands, or if you can say yes or no. How many of you have a dream to be associated with one of these companies? 3, 4, only 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So almost, I believe all of you who are sincerely wanting to get a qualification to get jobs in one of these companies or companies like that. Companies, see, I have just listed 6, 7 companies, 9 companies here. There are many more companies. There are other big fours, there are other multinational companies where you want to work in. Now, can I get a job in these companies pursuing BCom? Absolutely yes, you will be able to get a job pursuing BCom. But if you want a better job, if you want a better role, you need a professional qualification, right? Now there are multiple professional qualification as an undergraduate which you can pursue. First thing that comes to us, the students, when we talk about India, is CA. Now CA as such a 4 to 5 year program, and we know the level of difficulty. And if you can crack that exam, nothing like it. That is the best qualification you can get as far as we talk about India. Now, even if you're pursuing CA, adding an international qualification definitely brings your resume on top of other candidates. The reason is, if let us say you're watching, or if you follow cricket, there is a batsman, there is a bowler, and there is an all-rounder. Okay. Now, generally, you'll have some specialized batsmen. Generally, you'll have some specialized bowlers. And let us say you have to fill one specific position where you have a batsman and you have an all-rounder. And both of their batting capabilities are same, but the other player can do bowling also. So in such cases, what you will try to do, you will try to take someone who has an additional skill. Now, will ACCA give me that additional skill? See, the ACCA is an international curriculum, is an international program based on international financial reporting standards. Then you learn a lot about advanced level of financial management, decision making, and all of those. Sir, don't we learn all of these in CA? You will learn all of these in CA as well. But then the application part of it is more when it comes to ACCA programs, okay, or any other international course you look at. I myself, after becoming a chartered accountant, after qualifying as a CA with all India ranks 1, 4, and 2, I also pursued CIMA qualification. I completed CIMA qualification because you will get that additional edge. If you see 2 resumes, one with only BCom, other one with BCom plus ACCA, you will try to get someone with BCom plus ACCA, or CA and CA plus ACCA. You would want to go towards that. Same way, you can look at other international qualifications. If you are looking towards the US, you can see CMA or CPA, depending on your interest. But here we are specifically talking about what a program ACCA can offer you and how you can make best use of it, right? So you may join, a big four like EY, PwC, KPMG. You may join other multinational companies. A lot of banks have their offices in India, right? You can join those, and you can build your career. Now, just by pursuing BCom, especially in today's era when we see what artificial intelligence is doing, what ChatGPT is doing, basic aspects are taken care by the computers. So it is always very, very important to have an additional qualification. And this is one qualification which is faster. Faster means you can complete it within 1.5 years to 3 years time, depending on the level of qualification. The return on investment is pretty good. If you qualify, even the skills level, companies are ready to take you as interns. Okay. So that is also there. So you can start earning immediately. You complete the skill level program. That is the level 2. Once you complete that, then you can start interning with one of these companies, and you will be able to build your career in that line, right? Now, one more thing I would like to tell you: this is not an easy qualification. Don't come or don't have this notion that because I am not able to complete CA, or because I want an easy qualification, I am choosing ACCA. It is not an easy qualification. Okay. You will have advanced level of concepts. You will have advanced, topics to understand. In fact, topics which are learned at CA final levels are also taught in ACCA skill and professional level. So don't be under this presumption that it is an easy program or the topics are easy. But yes, one thing that helps you in an ACCA program is you can complete subject by subject, paper by paper. So the pressure that you have in other professional qualification is not there in this particular qualification, right? So that was the brief about the opportunity, what we can have a look at it. So you will have assured employment. It's an international qualification called as global CA. And what you need to invest, when I say invest, the time part of it, about 2 years or 2-3 years, depending on which level you are. Cost of again 1.5 lakhs to 3.5 lakhs, including the tuition fees. So today, in today's date, if you want to pursue, let us say, an MBA, or in today's date, even if you look at a CA program, the tuition fees will work out to 2.5 lakhs to 3 lakhs. MBA minimum, if you want to do it from a decent college, minimum 5 to 6 lakhs. Okay, so that is the cost. So cost wise also it is slightly cost effective, and you need to have dedication and commitment. Every day study, every day prepare, every day revise, practice, and that is what is demanded of a professional student. See, there are basically two different branches. One, a student who is not pursuing any professional qualification, other one pursuing professional qualification. If I have to write a BCom exam, I'm telling you frankly, okay, no offense, even I did the same thing. Take out 5 years paper, buy some model papers or guest papers, practice them, write the exams. Depending on the length of your answers, you will get the marks in the examination. And that is a fact. All of us know about it, right? Unless you are doing it from an excellent university, top grade university, that is how it works. And then after completing, we are struggling to figure out what should we do, where should we work, and all of these. Now here, with your dedication, with your commitment, with advanced level of financial learning, financial management, financial reporting, you will open lots of career opportunities right after you complete your skill level. Okay, so that is one message which I wanted to drive through very, very convincingly, because I have seen students who have completed ACCA alongside their BCom. Someone has even completed before completing their BCom. I've seen students completing CA Inter, working, coming back and doing ACCA because they wanted to progress their career. So that is where I wanted this aspect to be highlighted specifically. Right. Then you have global opportunities. I already spoke about all of these. Initial salaries about 5 to 6 lakhs to up to 10 lakhs, depending on your experience, depending on your potential, depending on how you can present, how much of knowledge you have, how much of communication you can bring through. Now, coming to the career path and examination, it is a lot more focused on practical aspects, a lot more focused on global curriculum, and one very important thing that you need to understand is it is more of an application based examination than doing some memorization testing. That is, you don't need to memorize things. Of course, some definitions, some formula you need to memorize, but it is more of a practical application based examination. You will be given real life situations that you need to solve. Not that I will learn 10 definitions, I will go and reproduce them in the examination and I will pass. No, that is where the examination focuses on objective type questions, right? You have objective type, and then you have the constructive response question. You have a lot of objective type questions that will test whether you are conceptually strong or not. Only when your conceptually strong, you will be able to crack this examination. If you're thinking that I will learn 10 things, I will by heart 10 problems, and then I will write the examination, that will not help you. This is based on practical approach, practical application, right? So this is a slightly dated, job search. So now you can also go out and see, the various types of jobs. And see, in India specifically, on that particular date when we searched, about 294 jobs were posted. Okay, now you may think, sir, 294 jobs is a very small number. It is not that. This is on a particular date, right? And we also keep on getting openings from we got last time ones from TCS, then we got one from Capgemini. You keep on getting job requirements, and depending on, see, also if you compare this with the number of ACCAs that are there in India, it is it is very good. And as more and more companies are being set up, right, then it expands the opportunities as well. And one important thing, what we got to know when we were discussing with the ACCA representatives is a lot of interest is being shown by companies for employment in tier 2 cities as well. So now it's not only about tier 1 cities, even tier 2 cities are can be looked upon, where we can see significant growth in the number of ACCAs in India. And it is a new qualification. It is just started. See, if you see the thing about 16, 17, around 75, and now it is about 5,000, and it will continue to grow. Right. Now, coming to the investment part, that is the cost part, the money part of it. If you are a BCom graduate or if you're pursuing BCom, you will write about 8 to 9 papers, again, depending on the university accreditation. And the course fee, including the tuition fees and all, would work out to about 2.75 lakhs. Now, one thing that you have to understand is, if you go through ALPs, that is approved learning partners like Indigo, we are silver learning partner. If you go through us, you will get a discount through exemptions or when you're applying for exemptions. That is one. Second is, we will help you get maximum exemptions. So, for example, you're pursuing CA Inter, based or you have passed some paper of CA final, you have not completed CA final, or you have passed some paper of CA Inter, you have not completed CA Inter. Based on those specific subjects also, we can take your case further and we can help you get those exemptions. For example, you have cleared financial reporting in CA final. We can help you get financial reporting exemption at the skill level. Okay. So that is what we can help you to do, because you may not know or you may not be aware of the process, or you may not know whom to contact for exemptions. So there we can actually take you through, take your case forward and help you get those exemptions. Right. So this is again the conversion between pound, what you have to pay if there is no exemptions and all of those. But this is the summary. So whichever category you fall into, you think that cost as the broad cost investment requirement from your end. And one more thing I would like to share with all of you is, when we are saying there is an assured employment, we will do our best, but also it is important that you work on your communication skills, you work on your professional skills. Only then you'll get a job. Otherwise, let's say, for example, you're not able to speak in an interview, nobody is going to hire you. Whether you pursue ACCA or not, take this message very, very clearly, that when you are attending interviews, when you are going for a job, you must speak, you must communicate effectively, you must present yourself well, you must tell the other person that you are capable of doing the job for which you have applied. If you just sit quietly thinking that, okay, after ACCA qualification, somebody will come and just give you a job on the platter, that is not going to happen. So work on your communication skills side by side, work on additional skills side by side, and then you will see the difference between you and others who are not doing such kind of value additive courses, right? Maybe learn Excel, learn an accounting software, learn how to communicate, learn how to present, learn how to participate in group discussions, right? So that is where it will help you to take it further. Now, is it difficult in CA? Again, I had given earlier also some hint, but again, similar subjects are there. Difficulty level is slightly lower, but the maximum advantage or the best advantage that you can have when it comes to ACCA is you can write one paper at a time. I'll tell you, because I know the advantage that you get when you have 3 months to prepare and write one paper, instead of preparing for 9 months and writing 8 papers. 8 papers writing back to back, with 1 day gap, is really stressful for a student. Okay. Even if you ask me today, a qualified professional who is teaching as well, even if you ask me to write 8 papers back to back, even today it will become difficult for me. So that is one thing which works in the advantage of the student. Because see, ultimately it is about knowledge testing. If I test 8 subjects at once or 4 subjects at once, then the pressure of one paper, or if I do bad in one paper, or if I'm not able to revise, multiple reasons. I may know the content, I may know the subject, but I will not be able to write properly in the examination. So that is where ACCA has a slight advantage, I would say, when it comes to your examination. And questions also, because they are objective type, they are application based. Okay, so when it is objective type, you can also work out and see whether the answer is correct or not, right? So that is where things are different in ACCA and CA. Of course, the CA new curriculum has come, and there has been some focus shift from theoretical testing to conceptual and practical testing. Now, duration, if you have completed CA and you have 9 exemptions, you can complete in 6 to 9 months. If you have completed CA inter or graduation has been completed, 18 months is the time that ideally you take. But again, it depends from student to student. It can take up to 24 months or up to 30 months as well. But a lot of effort has to come from your end as well. And if there are no exemptions, then it will take about 30 months. Right. And this is the snapshot of exemption. Okay, so you can have a look at it. If you're intermediate qualified, you can get 5 exemptions. If you're pursuing BCom, subject to the list, okay, you will get up to 4 or 5 exemptions. Now, completed BCom, 4 exemptions. Pursuing is 5. That is somewhere a weird way of structuring the exemptions, but that is what it is, right? Then you have exemptions for CA final maximum, that is at 9. A CMA plus 5 years experience, again 9 exemptions. Right, CA inter plus BCom, I think you'll get 6 exemptions, because you have an exemption of audit based on your CA intermediate program. Right, so that is about the exemptions. And very decent pass percentages, towards upwards of 50%, around 50%. So that has also been a good thing. And you can choose and write the paper you want to write. Say exams are held 4 times a year: March, June, October, December, so 4 sessions per year. And these are the papers. So I'll just give you a brief about it. Business and technology talks about what a business is, how technology can impact businesses, and all of those aspects. Management accounting, something to do with cost accounting. You would have already have it as a paper in BCom and also in CA. Financial accounting, again, basics of accounting. That is one aspect. Second, level 2, that is the skill level, where we have corporate and business law. Law is similar if you see Indian law and the UK law. Then performance management, the next level of costing. Taxation, financial reporting, audit and assurance, and financial management. These are the papers in level 2. Again, a lot of these papers you would have already learned as a part of your BCom and your in CA intermediate or other professional courses. Then level 3, 2 essential papers, that is mandatory: strategic business leader and strategic business reporting. Business reporting is more to do with financial reporting. Business leader is more to do with the decision making. Then you have to choose any 2 out of 4. Advanced financial management, that is advanced FM, which comes from financial management. Advanced performance management, which comes from PM. And advanced taxation, which comes from taxation. And advanced audit and assurance, which comes from audit and assurance. That is the base of it, right? So these are the subjects. What we offer at Indigo Learn, we have live plus recorded classes. We have the ebooks that we provide. Now books are also provided by ACCA, which you can refer to. Then we have we'll conduct tests. We'll give you updates whenever there is an update, and we'll solve all the doubts using our forums, where there is an immense discussion that goes on, and 100% placement assistance. Will the Indian CA be able to get job? Of course, why not? So, there are a lot of chartered accountants. In fact, a couple of my friends are working in the Middle East. One of them is in Canada also. So, you will be able to get job abroad with your Indian qualification as well. But an international qualification helps it better. Now, where are you looking for a job? If you are looking for a job in US, then I would suggest to go with CPA or CMA rather than ACCA. Okay, so what I have to do is, others also, if you have any questions, you can just put it up. What you need to do is, you need to think which country. US, Canada, do CPA. Australia, try to do CPA or ACCA, both will work well. Middle East, ACCA. UK side, European side, ACCA. Okay, so that's how you have to manage them. Do those who pursuing BCom get ACCA exemption? Yes, Aman, you would get ACCA exemption if you are pursuing BCom. So if you want to check it specifically, you can send your university name to either support@indigoloearn.com, or you can WhatsApp us on the number given on 9640111110. Right, our team will check and they will get back. How different is this curriculum with regards to taxation? Okay, so the taxation law, there are some commonalities and there are some differences. Okay, you should take taxation only if you want to advanced taxation. When it comes to, only when you want to be an expert practicing in UK or UK based taxation, only if you want to do that, you should take the advanced taxation. Otherwise, what you can do is, if you are pursuing BCom from specified universities, you may get exemption in the taxation paper. Inter failed but taxation 40 plus, yes, you can get the exemption. For CMA qualification, CMA final, you can see this 3 plus 3 plus 1 exemption, and CMA plus 5 years, 9 exemption. And case to case basis, we can still try out and see if there are any other exemptions for CMA Inter. But it depends on ACCA whether they would like to give that exemption or not. A CA final student needs to write only 4 papers. So if you are already a CA final student, you need to write only these 2, SBL and SBR, and AFM and APM. That is what we suggest generally. If you want to do audit, you can take advanced audit also. Taxation, we do not suggest unless you want to do taxation as an specialized practice for the UK based entities. Yes, in fact, all our classes are taught fully in English. All our classes are taught fully in English. Even our CA classes are taught in English, and ACCA anyways are in English because examination is in English. CA final cleared or appeared, you have to clear. If you clear, only then you will get exemption. Appearing will not give you exemption. But if you have passed any papers, for that also you will get exemption. Yeah, the recording of the meeting will be provided. ACCA, CMA US based exemption, I'll have to check it back. Namrata, I will check back, and maybe if you can drop in a message to us on that number. So I'll just show the number, because you just ping us on this number. We'll get back to you on the US CMA part. I have not specifically checked it. How to improve English communication skills and fluency? Any recommendation? We did a couple of videos on that. I actually, to be frank, when I was in my 12th standard, my English communication was not great. I used to mispronounce things like communication, machinery, very shy of talking in front of a crowd, especially the pronunciation. Is my friends used to make fun of me that, you don't know how to pronounce machinery. I used to call machinery, communication, organization, right? A typical accent influenced by the Eastern states. And how did I improve my communication skills? I used to take a dictionary and read out the words aloud, read your books aloud, watch, if possible, good English programs, not the Indian English news channels where everybody's fighting. Okay, watch some, proper news presentation by, English thing. Talk in English, even if it is not sounding good, even if it is, you may feel that, it is not proper, because it is important. Whether you are doing ACCA or not, whether you are doing CA or not, communication is the key. And a lot of us may think, sir, why English? Why should we communicate in English? Because most of the MNCs, most of the corporates, our taxation authorities, the legal thing, the acts, the parliament, everywhere English becomes a common language. So it is important for us to improve our English. Reading, speaking, talking to friends in English, whenever you get an opportunity, speak in English. Initially, it will be difficult. It is very, very difficult for me. But today you can see the way I can speak, the way I can articulate. It's really, really, it has gone to the next level, and that can happen only with practice. I am a CA final student, but did not clear CA final. So if you have not cleared CA final, you will not get 9 paper exemption. Depending on which papers you have cleared, you will get the exemptions. Okay. So just coming back. See, level 1 is anyways exam. Now it is more about, will I get exemption in remaining papers of level 2? That depends. For example, if you have cleared SCMPE, you'll get exemption in performance management. You have cleared financial reporting, you'll get exemption in financial reporting, like that. Okay. So CA final student, you will have to write, you will get 6 paper exemption, you will have to write 7 papers. You will have to, sorry. You will have to write papers, that is, there is a call, sorry for disturbance. So you will have to consider 3 paper in level 1 is exempt. Level 2, you will get 2 or 3 paper exemption depending on your BCom. And you'll have to write 3 papers in level 2 and 4 papers in level 4. What is the advantage? A lot of topics are common. You get an international qualification to add on to your resume. If you are applying for multinational companies, it helps you there to have an edge over others. And the approach, the way you will look at problems in real life will actually change. As I told you, I myself am a chartered accountant with all India ranks. Then I pursued CIMA UK, because when you have to solve a full-fledged case study, that is where, these qualifications make a difference. Okay. So I think I've covered broadly the aspects related to this. Does this course train us to prepare credit analysis and help us as a relationship manager for business development? See, for a business development person, you need more of a marketing knowledge. Okay. For credit analysis, you will get a lot of inputs when you do financial management and advanced financial management. So there, credit analysis part will be helped. We will have an advantage. Relationship manager, if you want to do business development, all of that, for that, you need more of a marketing skills and sales skills. CIMA UK is, Chartered Institute of Management Accountants based out of UK. Okay, so that is also another qualification, not very much prevalent in India. Okay, so I did that because I wanted a different qualification along with with the CA thing. But for someone who is looking at to build a career in finance, this is one course I would recommend. The reason why I did not do ACCA is that point of time ACCA was not very much recognized. And with my ranks, I already had advantage of being up rank holder in CA, so that actually pushed me. But yes, if it was there, I would have definitely done it. In fact, you can check out the latest qualified CA rank holders. They also have completed ACCA side by side. So for jobs in US, go first preference is CPA, then the next preference would be CMA. That is the order I would tell. Right. So we do not offer course on marketing. How do we practice answering problems? So you have ACCA itself provides you a platform where you can practice for the examinations. So where you can practice, and we'll provide you with the practice kit. ACCA provides you with the practice kit again. You can practice it online and you can check your answers, and we'll help you to check back your answers if needed. That way, right? Okay, so thanks a lot for joining in, spending time, and especially at dinner. What will be the final fees for doing ACCA at Indigo Learn? I think this we've covered already. Depending on the level you are at, this is the table which can help you. So BCom 2.75, CA Inter 2.5, and CA final completed at 1.7. More details, I would want, if possible, you can reach out to us. I want you to reach out to us actually on 9640111110. Drop a WhatsApp message with your query. Our team will get back and guide you better. Okay. Chalo. Thanks a lot for your time, and enjoy the vacations coming on, and enjoy the festival. Thank you.